Ever since she was a kid, the girl had always loved to fight, but after getting engaged to Prince Kevin, Lucy had to pretend to be gentle and ladylike, all for the sake of her father and the family's reputation. That is, until that day. She attended a banquet personally hosted by her fiancé, Kevin. But what she never expected was that, in front of all the nobles, Kevin announced his engagement to another woman, and publicly declared that he was breaking off his engagement with Lucy. In that moment, Lucy finally understood the real purpose of this banquet. It was all meant to humiliate her, and what hurt even more was that every noble in attendance already knew, and still smiled as they congratulated the so-called happy couple. At first, Lucy had planned to keep enduring it for her family's sake, but when Kevin said, "Being engaged to Lucy is the biggest stain on my perfect life," the anger she'd been suppressing finally exploded. Lucy reminded him that their engagement was arranged by the former king himself, not something he could just cancel with a few words. But Kevin had already prepared his excuse. He accused her of jealousy toward Annie, claiming Lucy had been bullying her at the academy. The truth was Lucy was meeting Annie for the first time that very day, and yet, not a single person stood up to defend her. That's when Lucy realized explaining herself was pointless. So before leaving, she asked Kevin to grant her one last request. Kevin was about to refuse, but Annie smiled and agreed first. No one expected what happened next. The very next second, Lucy's fist smashed right into Annie's face. At that moment, Lucy finally dropped every bit of her fake gentle act. Everyone froze in shock. Kevin roared, demanding to know what she thought she was doing, but Lucy only gave him a cold glance, a look so sharp it made everyone shudder. With a mocking smile, Lucy said, "Since you're already framing me for crimes I didn't commit, then giving her a real reason to complain doesn't seem so wrong, does it?" But she wasn't done yet. Her gaze swept across the room, landing on the royal relatives who had been enjoying the show. Her voice turned cold. "Not a single one of you is any better. Might as well beat all of you up while I'm at it." Panic spread instantly. The nobles shouted for the guards to arrest her, but they had no idea. Lucy's power was far beyond anything they could handle. She began chanting in Elven, and the next second every soldier who rushed in collapsed unconscious. The hall fell into stunned silence. As Lucy stepped forward, someone screamed, "Whoever can defeat her, I'll marry my daughter to him." That only enraged her further. They were still treating their daughters like bargaining chips? Lucy answered with another punch. Seeing her in that near berserk state, someone finally remembered her other name, the Mad Dog Eris. Within minutes, Lucy had turned the entire banquet hall into ruins. Everyone lay on the floor, beaten and terrified. At last, Lucy walked up to her ex-fiancé, Prince Kevin. She raised her fist, ready to strike, but just then, a man burst in to stop her. Unfortunately, it was already too late.